So this is part 9 of why the fuck did I stay. So recap of part 8, I done caught him in the parking lot with this girl. We done got home. I done fought him. You know, and then I'm telling him, I'm like, you know what? You want to stay with me? Like, you're going to do shit my way. So he's coming in the house. He's like, you know, I'm sorry. Like, I would do anything. You know, I don't want you to leave me, blah, 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 blah. So, like, he's begging me at this point. Like, this is, you know, I'm like, bitch, you really did it the fuck up. So he was like, I'll do anything. So I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to do things my motherfucking way. So he was like, okay, cool. Anything. I was like, okay, cool. All right, bet. So next day, you know what I'm saying, he tries to go back to work. He goes to work. They're like, he's fired. So he done lost the motherfucking job. So he's like, damn. And I'm just like, well, I mean, well, that's what the fuck you get, because this, I mean, you shouldn't have been trying to do what you was trying to do. So he's whatever. I'm like, I didn't really give a fuck. I'm still kind of like upset at this point. Like I'm in bitch mode. Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck, because bitch, I really shouldn't even be with you at this point. So mind you, a little time has passed, you know what I'm saying? We just focusing on, he's just trying to be on his P's and Q's at this point. So speed it up a little bit. I done got an opportunity to open up a new store in the mall. Like, I'm like, oh my God, this is big. So, you know, he's like, oh my God, like he done got excited too. So we're both excited at this point. I'm like, look, I understand like everything that we done went through. Like, let's just put all this shit behind us. Like, this is to new beginnings. We're going to have our new start. Like, this is it. So he agreed. So we done get to this new store. And I was like, you know, you can work for me. Like, I got a feeling we're going to make all of this money. Mind you, we are doing so good at this store. I don't know. I opened the store November the 1st. It had been 2 months since this store was open. I done made fucking $300,000 in motherfucking 2 months. So mind you, bitch, we're balling. We're balling better than ever at this motherfucking point. We're balling. So this is the time, you know, the era where we just start, you know, we come to the store every day. We're working. We're making TikToks. Everybody knows about us. Like, we're making a big impact on the motherfucking community. We done got on the motherfucking news that everybody wants to interview us. Like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing. Like, what y'all doing? Like, y'all got this store in the mall. So this is big. So every day, you know, we come to the store, we're working, and I'm just seeing like he's like really making a change. Like, the sex is fucking incredible. He's treating me right. He's saying all the right things. He's doing everything right. He's, you know, he's helping me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you're literally being the man that I want you to be. Finally. Like, I had to go through all this shit to get you to be the fucking man that I wanted you to be. And I just remember thinking, I was like, all this shit was fucking worth it. It was absolutely fucking worth it. So, you know, I'm doing it the fuck up. I don't know if he felt bad or he felt guilty, but like at this point I was like, he really is standing on business of what he said that he was gonna do for me. Like, he said he was gonna treat me right. So he's buying me gifts, buying me flowers. Like, he's just doing it up, just showing all of these tokens of love of how much he loves me. And I'm eating it up. Like, this is all I've ever wanted from you. Mind you. So speed it up, you know, we done got a whole new group of friends. You know what I'm saying? A couple months had went by. You know what I'm saying? We just bosses, and we're just working, coming to the store every day, having a good time with the new friends we got and everything, and so forth and so forth. So one day, you're never gonna know, this bitch comes in and she's like, oh my gosh, like, y'all so cute. So she's trying to flirt with me. I'm not paying no mind. So I was like, you know, this is my dude. So she sees him. She's like, oh my God. I'm like, bitch, girl, go on. Mind you, he's not even paying her no attention. I'm looking at him. I'm like, you bet not. Like, we don't already fucking been through this. So he's really not paying her no attention. So I'm like, okay. So he goes on about it. So one day I had to go out of town for, I think, like a day or two or whatever the case may be. So he was like, I'll run the store for you, baby. Like, you good. So, you know, he's running the store. I'm out of town. The same bitch is back in the store. She's behind the motherfucking counter. She's all breathing down his motherfucking neck, talking to him. She's there all motherfucking day. Mind you, I have cameras in the store, so I'm out of town and I'm viewing the cameras. I'm seeing all of this. So I'm texting him like, why the fuck is this bitch in my goddamn store? Like, tell this bitch to leave. So he was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. She's just being a bother. Like, she won't leave me alone. I don't know what to do. So I'm like, all right, cool, just play it cool, because mind you, I'm the eagle's eye, I can see everything. So he was like, okay, cool. So I guess back in town, or whatever the case be, and I just noticed all of a sudden he's like, oh, I'm bored in the store. I'm ready to go walk around the mall. So I'm like, okay, so you're gonna walk around the mall. So every day he's just walking around the mall. So one day I'm like, where the fuck is he at? So I'm trying to call him, and I can't call him because he's wasn't answering the phone. So I'm just like, okay, look. I'm like, okay, look. Like, where the fuck are you at? He comes back to the store and been gone all this time. And mind you, this is this girl that worked for me. So she's working for me and she's my friend. She was like, hey, the girl, we don't gave the girl the name. Like, we don't gave her this crazy name because we always laugh about it because she's irritating. So she was like, I seen him and her, in the food court talking. I'm like, oh. So you was, so you know me, I'm not gonna hold a motherfucking sweat. So I'm asking him, come here. So when you going, like, what the fuck are you talking to this bitch? Like, what the fuck? He was like, yes, I've been talking to her. He was like, she got my number. I gave her my number and she won't leave me alone. So I'm like, okay, well, cut it. We're cutting, just cut the bullshit. Cut the bitch off. So, mind you, just hold, just first of all, remember this girl. Do not forget this girl from the mall that kept coming in. Don't forget her because she's going to play a very, very important part, and I'm going to tell you all about her. So, just speed it up a little bit. I done booked me and him a flight and a trip to go to Cancun, Mexico. So, I just go to the next part 10, and then I will tell you about our trip in Mexico. It gets interesting. So this is part 10 of why the fuck did I stay. So, what I'm saying, we're ready to go to Cancun. We get there. So I'm like, oh my God, so this is new. Like, me and him had never been out of the country. You know what I'm saying? This was just nice. Like, it was every fucking thing. As soon as I got over to fucking Mexico, I just felt the vibe. So, we get there. I'm introducing him to my friends. Mind you, these are my like upper echelon friends. So everybody's like got something going for themselves. They got big names in the world or whatever the case be. So everybody's introducing themselves. He's introducing himself. He's telling them I'm a rapper, and you know what I'm saying, me and my nigga, we got this clothing line. It's both of ours. You know what I'm saying? And so mind you, he was like, yeah, this is all this I pay. I pay for all this. I got real VVS. Talking about the chains and all this and stuff. So, man, I don't know if he didn't know that my friends know, like, they're caught up on game. They're like, oh, okay, like, we know, like, who the real, it's okay. You don't have to do all that. So, mind you, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's getting to know one another. So they don't all gather in the living room. They having, like, this little game night or whatever the fuck case. And, mind you, they was making a joke about his print because his print was so noticeable that everybody was seeing it. So they was like, you know what I'm saying, what you into? Somebody asked a question as to how it got up to him saying, like, I'm not really gay. I'm straight. I really fuck bitches, and I'm only with him. That's the only man that I fuck, or something like that. He's like, I'm really not gay. I just only fuck him. That was the thing. So somebody brought it to my attention and was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's clearly making his print noticeable. And she was like, and I just feel like what he said about the fucking bitches and really only fuck you. She's like, I feel like that was just like so inappropriate. And I'm just like, okay, like, I get it. Like, just let it go. Like, I'm trying to have a good time. Like, I'm making excuses for him. Like, just please, So they're like, okay, cool. So I'm still keeping it cool. That day we had all went to the excursions. We done had fun, like the time of our lives. Like, it was beautiful. This is the best time I've ever had in my life. Imagine when I went to Cancun, Mexico. So, we comes back, have a good time. That morning we wake up and, what I'm saying, we both had decided to have sex. So we done had sex. And I was just like, I just remember I was just like, baby, like, what's up? Like, the sex was boring. He's like, what? I'm like, the sex, like, it was kind of boring. He's like, nigga, what the fuck? What are you on? You talking about sex porn? Like, nigga, faggot ass bitch. I'm talking about I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where's all of this coming from? He's like, oh, you don't want to go fuck somebody else? How the fuck you bring me here? I'm talking about, it's all this. So I'm just like, calm down. Like, be quiet. Like, please don't do this. Please. Like my friend said, don't embarrass me like that. I don't give a fuck. Fuck, you shouldn't have fucking brought me. So he done walked through the motherfucking house and walked outside and like really doing it the fuck up. So I'm like, oh my God. Like, I am so embarrassed. Like, I done barricaded myself in the fucking room because I'm like, I don't even want nobody to see me. So one of the dudes had took him on a ride to help him cool down. So they all, I'm sitting in my room, I'm like pissed off. So they all come in my room, and then they had like an intervention with me. Like, I was like, what the fuck is going on? They all hovered around me. They was like, listen, friend, don't get mad. But they was like, you deserve. They was just telling me, they was like, you deserve so much better. And they was like, this man is using you and you need to see it. And I just remember, like, it was so hurtful. Because I really love this man. And all of my friends, the people that I looked up to, had to fucking pull me to the side and have an intervention with me and tell me that the fucking relationship that I'm in is no good for me. And I'm so glad that I can't see it. At this point, I'm crying and I'm crying and I'm crying. And at this point, like, I'm feeling like how I feel now. I'm reliving the shit. So I called my mama, and my mama's called, like, as soon as I get on the phone, I haven't even told my mama what is going on, and she's crying. And I'm like, Mama, what's wrong? She was like, God told me that you was calling me and you was in need and you was hurting. And she said, as you was calling me, I was calling you. This shit is real. And I knew that God was trying to tell me to leave this fucking situation. Through my friends and through my mama, it was the most hurtful thing. Because why? When I love this man. Why? Like, why? And it's just fucking too much. And they was all sitting there and they was just telling me, they was like, friend, you deserve so much. They was like, he's not the guy for you. And they was like, we know you. We know that you want so bad to be loved. We know that you are Melvante. We know that you have made all of this money. You did everything that you needed to do. You do not need him. Listen. And I'm trying. My mind is trying to process it. I'm trying. And I'm like, it's not like, I still don't believe it. I'm like, this is my man. This is my man. So after this, we fucking just goes over. It was just terrible. I was ready to go home. I don't even want to talk about that. So I got on the fucking plane and we fucking went home. And I would tell y'all the next part. So this is part 11 of why the fuck did I stay? So mind you, before we continue to go on, I have to show you what type of headspace I was in and basically where I was at with just thinking about everything before I continue to go on. I had a reading with a psychic and I'm gonna let y'all hear it. So all of this shit, this lady has never even met me, never talked to this lady. As soon as I got on the phone, this is all the stuff that she's telling me. So y'all listen. Basically tell me about my life, I guess. No, yeah. What, I'm sorry, your phone breaking up? My life. Honey, I hope you know a little bit more about your life than I do. Okay, what could you tell me about my relationship? Honey, what relationship? That's my first question. Jesus. What do you mean? I said, what relationship is the first thing that I was getting. It's like, what relationship? I feel like, how can I say this? More togetherness. How about that? Okay. Does that make sense? More togetherness. Yes, more togetherness. Now, I'm not feeling like
I feel like both of you guys have really deep feelings, though. Like, y'all really both have deep feelings.
Okay.
One of you guys care a lot more than the other, though. Somebody's, it's almost like a Pisces type of vibe. Like that Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, Cancer type of vibe. They're all of those signs are like very deep, emotional, deep people when it comes down to relationships. And then another person is very business-like. Very, very business savvy. Very business savvy. Just has money just coming in. Well, don't sound shocked. You already know who it is.
Yeah, you're right. You're
don't
right.
be oohing on me, baby. Come on now.
And so, was the relationship ever something ever?
I do feel like it was. Now, let me ask you this. Is this a current person or an ex-person that I'm talking about?
Kind of a little bit of both. Like we're...
Okay, because I'm like, what? Because when you said, well, I was like, what relationship? Because that's what I was like, I don't really feel a relationship. But then if I'm talking, it's like, I was like, this is somebody of the past.
We kind of like just broke up like yesterday.
Good God.
Yeah.
But then why do I feel competition?
Oh, I knew it.
It's like competitiveness. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this? What am I feeling? Lord Jesus.
Wow. Well, and he is a Cancer, by the way.
Oh, he's a Cancer. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like at the beginning of our relationship, I really feel like that he really did like genuinely love me, but I feel like over time, like love has been lost. I feel like now in our relationship is kind of like forced.
Yeah, I feel like somebody capped out of this relationship. Like somebody's success went a little above and it capped the relationship.
What you mean, like?
Whatever you and your partner were doing. I don't care if y'all was running a damn retail store. I don't care what it was. Somebody's business, something with business, finances, something, or maybe just promotion. I don't know what it was, but something when it's pertaining to career, it capped the relationship. It went from, I want to be with you to now it's kind of like you can't outdo me. Or you can't be above me. I think there's some insecurity going on there too. So which one of you guys was that? Who was that?
I'm the business. So I sell clothes, so I just open up me a clothing store.
Okay.
Yeah. And, yeah.
Listen, honey, I'm going to be honest with you. You can get into a relationship and you can learn to balance out your business and you can balance out your personal. But you also got to get with somebody who knows how to do both as well. And somebody who knows how to play their position in the relationship.
Okay, I have another question for you. Because we kind of like agreed to part ways and for him to get himself together, do you think that he'll ever get himself together to the point like where we could probably meet back in the future, or you feel like that it'll never work?
With some help, he can. With some help, he'll get himself together. Now, I'm not trying to talk about him, but does this baby always be looking for some type of help or handout or somebody to kind of like, always looking for somebody who can, not like a bum, okay? It's not like a bum mentality, but like trying to always that meeting somebody or trying to get somebody to kind of connections or, you know, I keep feeling like this person could really get themselves together, but I feel like they need to be connected to someone to help them realize what they need to do. I don't feel like this person lives their full potential either.
Yeah, they don't. And I do feel like that too, but I feel like that I don't know if we'll be together. I don't know if he'll move on. Like, I don't know what the future holds for me and him anyways.
He gonna come back around. You know, this thing is really too fresh. He gonna come back around, but it's up to you though. You gotta figure out what you want to deal with. That's that part. You got to figure out for you, honey.
Do you think that would
You
be,
do.
well, I guess I don't know if it would be a good question, but do you think it would be in my best interest to not or to?
I feel like that there's for you to separate yourself from the situation, yes, because even though you are a great partner, you also can hinder your own growth. Now, like I said, you can balance out business and relationship, but sometimes your will will tilt a little bit towards that relationship more than business, to where you'll get to where you're trying to go. It just may be a little delayed in your process.
Mm-hmm.
And so, whereas you're supposed to have something last week, it may be next month because your energy and focus was over to your partner and not on where it needed to be.
And then I had rumors that he was using me and he never really loved me. Is that true?
No, that's not true. That's not true. I feel like that he connected with you. I feel like he told you things that he hadn't told anyone else. I feel like that he was a little bit more open with you than he has been with other people in the past. I also feel some trauma coming from him possibly in his past. So you can't expect something out of somebody who didn't ever go and get help for things that they went through in their past, honey. They was only able to give you what they knew how to give you.
I know that's right.
So you was expecting and requiring a little bit more out of this person than what they could actually give you.
And I think
this person was used to people up and leaving him too.
You better preach, baby. You better preach, baby. You know what
So,
you're talking about.
Yeah,
You can't make that shit up. You can't make this shit up.
So therefore, with you moving forward and you kind of growing, you know, it was one of those things like, is he gonna leave me? Is he gonna get too big for me? You know, what's gonna happen? Again, it falls into those insecure. And let me tell you something about people like that, baby. They could be good as gold. Them people can be good as they want to be. But baby, you can't sit here and keep proving that you're gonna stay with somebody or you love somebody if they're not gonna be willing to accept what you've already showed them.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be an everlasting waterfall of you proving yourself.
And I think I'm trying to decide whether I should just move on. I don't know, because I do.
You keep dealing with his jealousy?
Not necessarily.
Okay, because we know he's jealous, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Because baby, when you put your clothes on, you bad now. You bad when you put them clothes on, baby. You smell good, you look good. I don't even know what you look like, but honey, in the spirit, it is showing me you look good.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes him feel some kind of way.
I'm running out of time, so we're going to continue the reading in part 12.